Welcome to Tamer Bowling Video Ball Reviews. We need your support, so if you like what we do, please support us by joining our Patreon page. Visit our partner pureatbowling.com and use the special code TAMER when making a purchase to be entered into a monthly drawing. I want to thank Limerick Bowl for their support. If you're in the area, don't forget to visit Limerick Bowl in Limerick, Pennsylvania. Today we're testing the new Roto Grip MVP. We're testing on a 40-foot medium house shot and 39-foot Kegel winding road pattern. First impressions, the MVP is a simple, inexpensive ball that flat out hooks down lane. I expect it to be another successful formula for Roto Grip. For value, we gave it an A. The score is easy for the MVP, as has seemed to be the case with most HP2 line balls for Roto Grip. They're inexpensive and punch way above their pay grade. Overall, on house we gave it a B+, on sport a B. The MVP continues the trend of really good balls in the lower end lines for Roto Grip. It's clean as you would expect, and the thing that opens your eyes is the strong back end motion. There are several different types of ball motions. This fits, I would say, close to the skid flip in a sense that it gets down lane and makes a hard turn. It's not that it's super sharp, but definitely goes. But simply put, I like to throw pieces that make a move, and then it's my job to control it, as opposed to very smooth pieces that I have to try to make move. And when this ball's working, it's gonna look great. I can see many bowlers using this ball on their medium dry house shots successfully, and I believe this punchy down lane motion will increase carry for bowlers as well. So here's what I see. All the HP2 and HP1 balls basically have right around 2.5 for a diff, so on the longer side, a medium longer, where they vary is a differential. The hot shot core, those in the winter balls, has a fairly high diff at 0.050 or so. The Hustles have a 0.030, which makes them much smoother and weaker balls in general. What the MVP does is split the difference. With the 0.040 diff, it still has some of the smoothness of the Hustles, but grabs some of the punch from the winners. And this really finds a happy medium. The one challenge I'll call out that I saw is that it isn't the strongest cover, so is susceptible to the carry down or transition, especially an out of box finish. But once that hits, it just seems to lose mid lane grip, the extra couple of feet of skid that just seems to ruin the ball reaction. So fresh was no issue, breakdown is no issue, transition, not so much. For comparison to the next lineup, you can clearly see the Idol Pearl is just more ball. Jeremy was next. With how clean this ball is, he tried to play more direct. Our house has friction to the outside, but the ball doesn't come flying back from way out like you see in some houses. He started by seeing over-under. However, once he got to the third arrow, the MVP was right at home. He needed to get away from the friction line a bit, as the ball is stronger than anticipated, and he could test the waters up to about 18 at the arrows, but that was about the limit. Still, the ball has a no-frills, long and strong look. Bryan also had fun throwing the MVP. Sometimes middle-of-the-road symmetric, clean pieces don't match up for Bryan as well at Limerick. But with the back end this ball generated, he had a great look and excellent carry. He got lined up quickly and felt like the ball gave him some misroom in and out. The pocket was fairly wide. There was a point where he also saw some transition, as I did, and it started pushing through the spot and coming in a bit late. He was able to quickly adjust and find the carry again. Here on a sport shot, run a 39-foot Kegel winding road pattern. It had about 1.5 games bowled on it, so more or less fresh from the left side. The MVP showed off its angularity as it pushed me deeper than I was playing with other pieces. This is where you really see how much back end the ball has. As a lefty on fresh, I probably wouldn't want or need this much angularity. It was definitely a different look that's nice to have when needed. Then Bryan felt like winding road was, as he says, a piece of cake with the MVP. He lined up more or less the same area as a house shot, and he felt that it gave him more forgiveness to the outside than his Marvel Pearl. So for Bryan, with his more direct trajectory, the added down lane motion really benefited him. For Jeremy, it was similar. The MVP is really punchy down lane, perhaps a touch too much. This much angle shrinks the pocket a bit on Sport while it widens it on House. And funnily enough, he also tested on the 45-foot Route 66 pattern, and the MVP looked fantastic for Jeremy on that pattern. I don't have video, but the angularity seemed to make it easy to strike on the longer pattern. Final thoughts? Well, long story short, the Roto Grip MVP seems well worth the money. It looked really good on the house shot. Watch the transition, but otherwise it's pretty versatile. It also really did have some prowess on sport shots for various bowlers and for various reasons, but it seems a motion every bowler could find something with. While it's early days to say this ball's in the Breckham, Brecker, and so on stratosphere, it seems cut from the same cloth.
Anh thì tôi tạo cho tôi Tamer Elbaga